We had a Zoom this morning at 7:30.
We are live. I did say intro.
And I was miles away. I was all excited about my top 10 horror flicks. There are some good films on this list.
Hello.
Hello!
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, peeps. Wonderful, sexy people. Discard the pepperoni, follow the pineapple. Grumpy, you are sick.
Yeah.
Yes, busted. Bunny, I am busted. So, professional as ever, aren't we?
Oh, God, yeah. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Chill out. Come on. Hey, what do you think to T-shirt?
Ooh, likey.
Yeah, this is my Christmas present from my brother.
That's rather good, that.
He's got me an Abbey Road one for my birthday. I'm going to be wearing that next week.
Oh, good stuff.
Feeling a lot better. No pain. Sleeping. I've actually had 7 hours sleep.
And solid food.
And solid food. Yeah, I'm doing well.
No wonder you're looking so gorgeous.
Yeah. The tooth is missing. It's not here no more. The tooth has gone. It has left the building.
Well, the tooth fairy's got it.
Well, yeah. The thing is, though, they whipped it out that quick. I didn't get a chance to save it. Yeah.
That's the sort of service one comes to expect from the NHS.
Can't fault the NHS, I'll tell you now. Oh, man.
Took your mind off your tooth, didn't it, when they whipped it out?
I tell you one thing, they were two stunning nurses. Oh, what are they? Oh.
Were they, sir? Were they?
Oh, they were, sir. Oh, they were.
Right, I suppose we better say... Bunny... Oh, if only. Right. Moving swiftly onwards, let us say hello to
Oh,
those
yes, say hello. You know I'm crap at reading.
Right, so if you're lurking, you ain't going to be on the list. So we have Bill Richards, good afternoon. Stevie, Jasper. Blazing Vapes, good afternoon. Chris Doyle, Chris Earl, Gav Evans. What you, dude? Ben. Dude. Festus. Early as ever.
Always. He's always there.
Always early. Key. Greetings, fruit salad boy. Right. Manic. How you doing, dude? Nikki Maynard. Lovely to see you. Now,
Ooh.
I don't know if you've spotted this, but Nightbot is with us.
Yeah, it is.
Paul Anderson. All right, dude. Now, Paul's got something to mention later on. Phil Jones, good afternoon. Rachel, Buggles. Oh, hold on. Buggles. That's better. I moved the camera. Damn fool. Rev, good afternoon, sir.
Did you see his little expo thing?
I saw it come up. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Oh, I watched it. It's so like, and tears was rolling down my eyes. It was so like, I missed out an expo.
Oh, bless you. Timmy! Good afternoon.
Big shout out to Timmy as well. Thank you so much for all the work that you've been doing, you know, sharing the channel and things like that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Oh, too right.
Love a nice little bit of support.
Thank you, young man.
Thank you.
Ronster, how you doing, dude?
Fist bump.
Indeed. Oh, sorry. Tiberius, good afternoon, dude. And last, but by no means least, the velvety vaping bunny.
Extra huggles for Bunny.
Huggles! All we need now is Sinnet, and I can get all the intros done. 901. Lovely to see you,
Fist
mate.
bump, mate. It is Sunday. Yes, it is.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. So, dude,
Dude,
what are you sucking on?
what am I sucking on? Well, to be honest with you, I haven't brought much up today. I've been sucking on this thing. It's that bi-turbo from Tesla Sig. And I've got the rebirth in that. Matchy series mod. And I'm blooming absolutely... I've got a right huge coil in this. It's coming out at a 0.6 flat wire. I think it was about 12 wraps, something like that. But the diameter was, what was it, 4.5? So it's a single coil, 4.5 diameter chunk. But, the flavour that's coming off this is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, good stuff.
And I'm going through, I have got my final lot of me coconut pineapple from Cool Air. I've got one more bottle to go through and then I've gone through the lot. Also, I have got me Origin. In that one, I've got the Morning Fire. And I've also got the Hanged with the Aquitas. In that one, I've got the Blue Raspberry Lemonade from Cool Air as well.
Oh, nice.
Finally, but not leastly, only in here, I've got the Vaptio... what's it blooming called? I forgot what it's called now. Cosmos Plus. And in that I've got Morning Fire as well. So and that's it. That's all I've got. Everything else I've got downstairs. I've just cleaned out the Aromomizer Plus V2 because I'm getting ready tomorrow to start doing the up and closes for that. So that's just getting washed out. Downstairs I've also got me Clutch and me Zeus X. So yeah, but that's what I'm vaping on today. What you got?
I've just got the Origin, mate. Mainly because I don't want to set off the fire alarms, as I've explained on previous Sunday shows. And in that, I have got the Zolo Smooth. Now, that's the Dark Star bottle shot that we got. I have 2 new bottle shots coming.
Ooh.
And I thought in the interest of our wonderful viewers, I would try somewhere different. So I've gone to Brews Brothers.
Okay.
Now, these are the guys that make vape punks for Bow, but they also have a range of bottle shots. So I've gone for the Lincolnshire Pudding, which is described as a creamy custard with vanilla pod. So I'm hoping the reviews on the site look fantastic, and somebody mentioned there's a touch of fruit in it. So I'll have that.
So you've always got to be careful with vanillas, though.
Yeah, because you can get the nice vanilla and then
yeah, that bitter tasting vanilla. You know, it's mainly the seeds, isn't it?
Yeah. Now this sounds going off the customer reviews. I've got big hopes for this. It's a 4-week steep, but I'll have some of that.
4-week steep. That's a fair whack of a steep, that.
Yeah, but I've tried their custard. It's just the standard custard before now. And that took a 3-week steep, and that was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So to get me through the 4 weeks, I have a bottle of Miss Cherry coming, which is cherry, menthol, and eucalyptus.
Ooh.
Because I quite like my cherry, menthol, and eucalyptus.
So it's basically
cherry tunes.
Is it going to be a red Astaire then?
No, I'm hoping more of a cherry tunes because apparently the cherry is the predominant flavour.
But that's what a red Astaire is, though, isn't it?
No, red Astaire's got aniseed in.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just cherry, menthol, and eucalyptus.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
we're on the same lines. It's similar to red Astaire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Any pineapple? Oh, apparently the Lincolnshire pudding is gorgeous. I'm looking forward to that.
I always worry about vanilla though, because you can get that really absolutely gorgeous vanilla, and then you get that horrible vanilla.
Well, I'm hoping it's going to complement the creamy custard. So now, what I thought was there are other companies doing bottle shots. So once I've got through these 2, I will order from somewhere else and we'll run through on what we reckon.
Cool.
So,
well, I've got an announcement to make. TVS messaged me, my boss. They're doing a big sale on their Rogue mods. So if you want a Rogue, if you fancy a Rogue at a discount price, pop over to their website and have a look. So thought I'd just let you know that one. He asked me to mention it in the show. So pop over to, I think it's myvaporstore.co.uk.
Yeah. I already did it yesterday. Popped over and had a look at the Rainmaker, etc.
Ooh.
Had a look. Didn't purchase, had a look.
There you go. So I thought, So pop over to them if you fancy a Rogue. And Matt's already a Rogue. Yes, I'm a Rogue as well.
Oh, I say.
Always been a little rogue.
I'm more of a highwayman. The best thing is I can get away with wearing my mask now.
Yeah, people can't they now? Hey, do you know something? Talking about things like that, you know when you you go into a petrol station or something like that, you know, if you're a biker, and you know how they make you take your... Well, they've got no excuse for you leaving your helmet on back now, have they? Yeah, they'd probably insist that you leave your helmet on in now.
Well, to be fair, there's a SO just up the road. I don't think I've seen one person with a mask on yet.
Mm.
No, it's just get out your car. People sort of, don't want to touch the pump. But
It's funny. Me and Jan were talking about it. You know, obviously we're getting an announcement today at 7 p.m. from the PM himself regarding how they're changing the lockdown situation. I've got a feeling that we are going to be a bit nervous as a society for that reintegration. I think we're going to be a lot more wary.
Personally, I'm just going to be hugging every bugger, so fuck it.
Well,
Brilliant?
I was thinking about, you know, when we were at Expo, and it's like, oh, try this juice. Oh, try this juice. Well, I think we're all going to be a bit, no, you're right. I'm good at it.
If you wipe that. Now, isn't it great, though? Something that was considered effeminate before, hugging, suddenly become the biggest badass thing you can do. He hugs people. Oh?
Go here, gives a cuddle.
No! My mum's saying. Matt, there's always a hug waiting for you, dude.
Oh, that's interesting. Craig's just mentioned he saw in the Vapor Round magazine they're going to do a virtual expo. Interesting. I wonder how they're going to do that.
Won't be the same.
Well, of course it won't be the same, but...
Yeah, but... Oh, hold on. We have an online party here in Essex. We're old gits and we know how to party. Too right.
And Irish says, no, BFG, it's still effeminate and weird.
Don't you believe it, Irish? When I give you bum a cheeky squeeze, that's effeminate and weird.
Yeah, Bunny, I miss my hug. I genuinely do miss my hug.
Kentucky Bill says, I don't hug. I did it to the toilet bowl back in my drinking days. Brings back bad memories.
Well, I'm hoping that we're going back to work. Really am. I'm really hoping. What do you think? What do you think he's going to do?
I think there will be some minor relaxations.
Because I heard that they're opening up garden centres.
Garden centres, yeah, because that keeps people at home. The big issue is going to be the schools. How do you explain especially to primary school kids, that they can't go up and hug their mates that they haven't seen for months. There's going to be some real issues on that one. What I would like to see, I would like to see the politicians back in Westminster, because if they're thinking it's safe for the kids, surely it's safe for them.
Well, yeah.
No notice of that yet.
Yeah, Matt, totally. People need to behave themselves and police themselves.
100%. What I do want to see an end to is all this bloody snake in the grass stuff. The local pub, Checkers at Ranby, yeah? For VE Day, he'd opened up the car park and said to the villagers, if you want to move your car into the car park, please do. That way you can have your celebrations on your drive. Yeah? And still maintain social distancing. What happened? Curtin Twitcher reported him to the police. 2 patrol cars and a riot van turned up because they'd reported that he was having a party at the pub.
Oh, bloody hell.
So their kid is now traumatized because all of a sudden you've got a group of coppers turn up. The kid's playing his Xbox downstairs in the lounge. And all of a sudden this group of coppers appears out of nowhere,
Yeah.
Absolutely
saying
ridiculous.
like what Gab's just turned around and said, Germany have relaxed their rules and the infection rate's going back up. Well, until, let's be right about it, until we actually have a vaccine for it, it will always be there.
Oh, yeah.
All we're doing by being locked in is prolonging the inevitable that you're going to get it. That's all you're doing.
Oh, if we don't get it now, there's a strong chance 12 months' time.
Yeah.
There's still going to be new cases coming. This is not something that's going to disappear.
No, not until they've got a vaccine for it.
You've got to think smallpox. Yeah.
Fist bump.
Timmy says, I'm staying put for now. Don't care what Boris says. My pillow fort is stocked and comfy. Good man. Bo, you sexy beast. Megs cure the virus.
Hail to the Meg. Get the bops. Wuggles.
Hey, lady. Oh. Is there anything there isn't anything we can do to stop the second wave, so it's time to relax the lockdown because right. Yes, we need the economy, but look what happened in Italy. That's all I'm going to say. They relaxed it far too early. China, Italy, we got problems. It's all right rebooting the economy, but at the cost of how many lives?
It's just you're going to have to be very, very, very careful and sensible about things.
Unfortunately, we haven't been.
No.
The British public has not been sensible. Did you see the pictures over the weekend of the hundreds of people out for picnics and things in parks because the sun was out?
See, this is what gets me about it. As long, for argument's sake, your family, as long as you're keeping them distances, I can't see the problem in that. It's like when the Derbyshire police were doing the drone thing. You had a couple walking the dog in the middle of nowhere. What's wrong with that?
No, fair enough. And I do think the smaller business needs to be allowed to open. 100%.
I mean, the gathering of, if it's your immediate family and you're in the park sunbathing, having a picnic, I can't see there's anything wrong with that as long as you're not any closer than 2 meters away from the next family that's having a picnic.
Oh, 100%.
As long as you're still sensibly social distancing, I can't see why is there a problem. If you want to go out for a drive in your car, as long as you don't interact with other people, I can't see there being a problem with that. I
think the issue there is potentially the issue of road traffic accidents and things. You know, because a lot of the resources that would normally be dealing with that are currently tied up with COVID.
Yeah, but so like, how long? There's only so long you can stay in your house before you start going stir crazy, and people are going stir crazy. I'm one of them. It's so like very stir crazy. I'm an outdoor person anyway, but there's certain things that you can. It's being sensible about it, isn't it? It's so like, right, okay, if you go for a drive out to Clumber Park, there shouldn't be anything wrong with me going to Clumber Park, having a walk around Clumber Park, keep making sure that I keep social distance away from everybody, and then get back in my car and drive back home again.
No, fair enough.
Because I'm not interacting with anybody, but I am actually getting out, and for your mental health and well-being, that is a good thing, surely.
It is, but the problem, and it's very visible in the local supermarkets, etc., people do not stick to that 2-meter rule when it doesn't suit them. You know, I mean, Irish makes a good point there. It's what happens when 10,000 people get the same idea. Social distancing becomes impossible, and it does become difficult. The biggest problem I think with road use is the people that are out on the roads. There are some idiots that think because there's less traffic, they can boot it. Excuse me. You know, it's
let's be right. I don't think anyone's right or wrong in this one, but it's so like it is a tough one. You could say you can't stay in this limbo, irrespective of how ill the disease is or how worse the disease is or not. We cannot stay in this limbo. Financially, the country can't afford it. You cannot afford it. No country can afford to do nothing.
What we need to do on that front is look at alternative ways of doing it.
Scotsman, fist bump.
Scotsman, how you doing, dude? Your biggest problem, and again, this is perfectly visible in Retford. You've got the high street shops, yeah? But because you've only got so many, at the minute, you can queue. And you can keep that 2-meter distance, yeah? Open up the smaller shops as well, who are also only doing one customer at a time. And all of a sudden, you start getting the point of, well, where do the queues actually go? See what I'm saying? I mean, like, take the vape shop in Retford. Yeah, you're on a very thin bit of road on a blind corner. Yeah, so your customers would have to queue outside the shop.
Graham, fist bump.
Yeah. Well, not so far from your shop is the Aldi.
Yeah.
Which has a massive queue outside it. And then 2 doors down from your shop is the bike shop, which also has queues outside it. You see where I'm coming from?
Oh, yeah, totally. But I'm looking at it this way. You can't say, well, you can't do it. That's it.
No, you can't say that.
I mean, you can put up as many scenarios as you like. And at the end of the day, each scenario, you can't accept, not every rule applies to every situation.
No, but I'm just going on the basic 2-meter distance.
Because at the end of the day, I appreciate if we all live in this house and be hermits, that's fine. But it's unsustainable. So you have got to start thinking of ways.
But per 10 customers, you would need 20 meters. Yeah, which is 60 foot. Yeah. So that's just 10 people.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be easy or anything like that, but we've still got to do something.
Oh, something's got to be done. I think I can see why they are limiting the amount of shops open. I don't agree with some of the choices.
I mean, it's like just what Gail's just turned around and said. The problem is what's right for one person isn't necessarily right for another. And that is the conundrum that we are in. But like I'm saying, we cannot. It's logical that we cannot sustain being as we are at the present moment.
Oh no, I mean, Christ, what? This is week 7 or week 8?
I don't know. They're all merging into one. If it weren't for shows, I wouldn't know what day it was.
But it's Matt's just put, if you put in mental health issues, please talk to someone, guys. A Misfits show, but talk to anyone. Never think you're alone. Good point,
Definitely.
mate. Good point. European countries have the European Central Bank to assist. Due to Brexit, the UK will not get any financial assistance. The UK can't afford to keep paying people furlough. No, that's true, Craig. But, it happens. As the politicians keep on telling us, that people spoke. Now, you couldn't have seen this coming by any shape or form. But, we can't bemoan the fact now. This is one of the unforeseen circumstances of it. So, but
what would you like to see happen then?
Well, obviously, I'd like to see the vape shops open again. Well, not just that. It takes the pressure off the online, the stuff that should be being delivered online. Yeah. That, for me, vape trumps everything else. For somebody else, that might not be the case. Yeah. Get the vape shops open. Get people off the fags. How we're going to do that is another interesting one, but a lot of vape shops have managed it with one in, one out.
We could sustain this if humanity decides to throw off the concept of money being God instead of work together to help each other. Yeah. Good to Star Trek world.
To be honest, there's a lot in it. There's a lot in that. I think one thing this current crisis has highlighted is it's not the suits that keep the country running. And that's rattled a lot of folk.
And Matt, BFG's not the only person.
What?
BFG would like naked blonde shopping deliveries.
As long as they don't have to wash out the empties afterwards, yeah.
Knowing my luck, I'd get this really butch bloke called Jörg from Norway.
Way I'm feeling at the minute, he's having it.
Shebogen!
Hiya, Paul. Bring back the barter system. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not bothered about hair colour.
No, just make it.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember that post that used to be flying about Facebook? It was how to keep a woman happy, buy her presents, show her attention, reassure her, be gentle, romantic, caring, loving, etc. How to make a man happy, turn up naked, bring beer.
Yeah, so simple.
Thank you, Nightbot. Yes, why not subscribe to the channel?
It's working. Hey, at least it's working.
It is.
Yeah. So, right, everybody,
of...
I was messing about yesterday. I'll let everybody know. I've got a box full of little bits and pieces of vape gear. Nothing mega majors. There's pods and all sorts. My plan is to get, them bubble wrap envelopes, slap a couple of bits and pieces in, seal them all up, and then each show that we do, now and again, I'll just do a random giveaway. So that's why I've installed, Nightbot. So I can do winner, and your names will come up.
Awesome.
So that was the plan. There's nothing. I've got loads of little bits and pieces, that I've reviewed and things like that. They'll probably only have one coil in them and things like that, or it might be just an RDA or something like that. I've got a big box full, and I thought, well, share the love. Share the love. So
right.
we worked out how to do it, and yeah, there'll be some X1s and all that lot, and we'll be doing that. Not today's show.
No,
to get the
but in
parcels
future.
and all that. This will be in the future. So yeah, I thought share the love, give some bits and pieces. They're mainly pod systems, that kind of stuff, and bits and pieces, odd bits of juice and that lot. And I thought, instead of sort of like, we're doing this as a giveaway, well, it's going to be a mystery package. Do that one.
Sorted. Bunny, I would disagree with that. We have more than 2 moods. Bunny's comment was, men have 2 moods, hungry and horny. If he hasn't got a stiffy, bring him a sandwich. We have 3 moods. Kinky, make a sandwich of the stiffy.
Matt wants a SoulOhm loving.
Don't we all, darling?
What can I say? And Paul wants to win a high-end stab wood. I'd like to have a high-end stab wood.
Personally, I like Bill's comment, just have her washed and sent to my room. Second thoughts, don't bother washing.
So, yes.
I say. So we can have a SoulOhm loving. Yes.
Well, I thought it was a great idea. We can start doing some giveaways and things like that, and bits and pieces.
Rachel, I'm so sorry. She just said, I'm so glad the kids are upstairs. Yes.
Proper Coils, afternoon, sir. Hello, fist bump.
He said resetting it so smoothly. Oh, bless. Mick says, I'm giving away the first coffee juice I mixed. They keep sending it back.
Little bro! Uggles! Fist bump, me brother. Look, wearing your t-shirt.
Bless.
Yes, Nightbot does work. I'm well chuffed.
It's awesome.
Yeah, little bro helped me yesterday.
Bunny, always. That's all I'm saying on that.
Come on, Bunny, you was going to spank him at Expo. Can't you remember?
Hold on, cable ties? Cable ties? You mentioned cable ties.
Ooh.
Velvet ropes, do you mind?
Nice bit of cable ties.
I say.
I don't know what to say. Keep me quiet.
Rachel says, Vapor Buddy, they probably heard worse at school, but I don't fancy questions from the 7-year-old about making kinky sandwiches. It's a dull pickle.
Don't do pickle. Mayo for the win.
It's no worse than McDonald's secret sauce.
Ronald McDonald's secret sauce.
Very cable ties, I say. Can I plug the show, boys? Please feel free,
Of
mate.
course you can, kiddo.
Ooh, don't use cable ties. They make tape now that sticks to itself, but nothing else use that. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, no, in my...
I assume this is from experience.
Hiya, Zan.
Fist bumps aren't.
No, in my luck, I'd end up buying double-sided instead and end up completely bald.
I've got to admit, talking about hair, I was tempted to cut my hair. And you see the state of this. Look at this.
Mad professor.
and you wonder why. Look at the state of this. This is what lockdown does. And you wonder why I wear a cap.
Oh, Rachel, my heart goes out to you because the conversation about babies is never an easy one to have with kids. No.
Gooseberry bush, isn't it?
Well, I remember having the birds and the bees chat with firstborn, and he looked quite traumatized by the time I'd finished.
I think I've said it before. It's like my dad's, bless him. My dad's he's a proper Yorkshireman, you know, pit man. And his advice for me was, son, if you go fishing, wear your wellies. That were it. That was my sex education from my father.
You did better than me, mate. I got chucked a book from the 60s.
You got what?
I got chucked a book from the 60s.
Oh, lovely. Golden Virginia and everything.
Oh, God, yeah. Mind. There was a chapter at the back. There was a bit of an eye-opener because I'd not heard of half of that.
Good
Gav
stories.
says-
Good stories, though.
Oh, excellent stories. It covered everything.
I bet it did.
No. The stories, dear boy.
All
The
right,
stories.
I thought he was bound about the Golden Virginia.
No. BFG unlocked the door. It's cold out here in UK, England. Bunnies, my sex ed from my mum. If you make me a grand before 40, I'll kill you. Oh no. Rachel says she was 5 at the time, so the usual kid fluff worked until the eldest went, that's not what they told us in biology class. No.
I think kids know way too much nowadays.
Well, this... Ronster says no BFG, uncovered everything. That's what makes me laugh. Because up until the 60s, everything was airbrushed out.
Mm.
So if you sort of went to Soho, all the models looked like they were Action Man. You know what I mean?
Gail was told nothing.
Oh,
Innocent
bless.
through and through, bless her.
Turn down the halo, Gail, because I'm blinded. Oh, bless. Sex ed behind the bikes. That was lethal. The sex education you got behind the bike sheds. If you put your finger in her ear after you've licked it, she can get pregnant. I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my hands in my pockets. It was always the older kids on the back seat of the bus that ended up telling you about all the good stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Irish says, mine from Dad was she finishes first, always. No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Mm.
Gav says, you mean that's not true? Damn! No, we are officially saying a wet willy cannot make you pregnant. What?
Oh.
No, that's what it's called when you suck in your finger and shove it in somebody's ear. It's called a wet willy.
A wet willy? I
Yeah.
know what a wet willy is. And Paul likes swimming classes.
I didn't. I put the potato in the wrong side. No, they kicked me out.
What? A potato?
Oh, didn't want to brag with a banana, so I thought King Edward, you know, good size, down the front of the budgie smugglers.
You'd look like Elephant Man.
I'm not an animal.
Oh, you'd scare people with blooming King Edward down your pants. King Edward!
you're going to fake it, go large. Oh, my kids learn far too much at school and from Google. Google is terrifying. You put the most innocent phrase into Google. And
Oh, yeah, you
come
have
up
to be
with
careful.
something.
I mean, there was some corkers on Facebook when Alexa first came out with kids.
Don't. Oh. I mean, Gordon Bennett. Right. Well, I think we've covered the school issue and the.
Yes, we definitely have gone to the gutter straight away. No messing.
You're going to fake it, go large.
Yeah. King Edward.
Google Chat was fun with the eldest, teaching her how to phrase things so it was clean, was fun. What a nightmare.
Jenny!
Jenny, darling! Hello, sweetie. Have you
Jenny,
woken up?
Did Jenny actually see the start of the show?
No, I don't think so.
If she didn't, 1 second.
Oh, Rachel, bad girl.
There you go, just thought I'd show you that.
That's awesome. I hope you caught that, Jenny, darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope you like my added bit.
There we are, big smileys. She saw it. Fab.
Sorry.
Oh, Mick says he didn't see it either. That's brill. Well, thanks to Jen.
Yeah,
And a little bit of SoulOhm.
only a little bit.
Oh,
She
don't
did
put
all- she
yourself
did all the
down.
hard work. She did the artwork in the middle.
You just mounted it well.
I just mounted it. I'm good at that. I'm good at mounting.
It's a good job I like it in the gutter, innit? Bill, behave. His design, darling. His design. Well, seeing as there is very little in the way of news. Oh, bless.
News is boring anyway.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure Jan would agree that I'm good at mounting.
I say. Picture frames don't count, Mark. That's a bit harsh. That's very harsh. That is.
What can I say? Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, what?
No, Mr. Sin.
Ah?
It's just apparently Bruce Brothers are doing a 4-flavour starter kit of a litre. And it's $58.96, which I don't think is a bad price for a litre of all in.
No, it's not bad at all. And Gail thinks we're off his heads today. Been locked in. We're slowly going stir crazy.
Speak for yourself. I've gone cold turkey. I say.
I said, so are we doing our main topic now?
I
Because
think we ought to.
I have a bumper.
Yes.
I will do the bumper.
Show us your bumper. Baby.
There you
Isolate.
go. I've done a bumper.
Fabulous. I missed it.
Do you want me to do it again?
Oh, no. I've seen it. Yes, I caught it. Tolmac, you and me both, mate.
Special stuff.
I'm on to the Vim now.
The Vim.
Yes, our top 10 horror flicks. If you grew up in the 80s, you probably have a soft spot for the horror flick.
Oh, yeah, you've got to have a...
The 90s seem to be more... Thank you, Kieran. The 90s seem
Gail's
to be more...
taking us from the bed to the computer.
Oh,
We were happy to stay in the bed, honestly.
yeah. What can I say? The 90s seemed to be more the sex comedy, and the 2000 got very sort of pink and fluffy.
Yeah.
It was all
So,
feels and yeah. But the 80s just whether it was coming off the back of the video nasty from the 70s. Obviously the 80s saw the first sort of VHS.
well, we watched, especially me and my brother, me and our Aiden, we watched a lot of horror because it was sort of like my dad would be at work, my mum would go to bed, and it was sort of like we'd have gone down in afternoon to the local rental store. And you always sort of like got your main film and your B movie because they were always half price or free. And we watched tons, absolutely tons of films, me and our Aiden, when we were kids. So a lot of the horror films that we used to watch, yeah. And it was sort of like a big thing, so like late 80s kind of era that we watched most of the horror films.
Interesting that Jenny's just gone sod the 90s. I'm a Bela Lugosi fan.
Oh, you can't beat a bit of Bela Lugosi.
You can't, and you can't beat a bit of Hammer and Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing.
I mean, Hammer House of Horror, even the TV version I used to love.
Oh, some of them were a bit.
And Tales of the Unexpected as well, because you can class that as almost horror, some of them.
Dear God, the one with the cannibals and Tales from the Unexpected scared the crap out of me for years.
I always liked the one on Hammer House Horror. There was the House of Blood, wasn't there? That were a good one. What was that other one where they had the hand and he cleaned it up, then all of a sudden the skin started growing back on it?
Oh God, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, there was that one. It was, yeah, loads. So we're going to kick off with...
We've
We've got our top 10, but we're not putting them in any order or anything like that because it's so like, well, we started talking about it, didn't we? And we ended up with, I think, about 30 or 40 actual films.
Oh God, yeah.
Didn't we? And then it was sort of like, well, how do we break this down? So we've sort of like got a combination of mine and Steve's sort of like favourite 10 horror films.
Oh God, yes.
That's the best way of doing it, so explaining it.
So, one thing you will find is they tend to be what you would class as horrors. They're not sci-fi horrors. They're not comedy horrors. You know. So, to kick off, we'll start off with Candyman. That for me is one of the best sort of late 80s, early 90s horror flicks. It was so different.
My hero, which is Clive Barker. So,
obviously there was a lot of, when you were a kid growing up, there was a lot of urban legends where, you know, you stood in front of the mirror and said, you know, whatever 3 times.
oh yeah, I mean
they would appear behind you.
Yeah, I mean, and that sort of like, that's almost from your childhood as well, isn't it? You know, that was you daren't do it type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it taps into the same sort of scare that you get in The Ring. Yeah, with the idea that you're watching something forbidden or you're doing something forbidden and there's horrible consequences on it. So for me, it was such a whether it was because it was based on the Clive Barker, but the whole story just seemed really well fleshed out.
Also the story behind the myth of the Candyman as well was quite, because obviously that dealt with the racial side of things as well, and how it came about. There was a good, strong backstory.
Oh, big time. It wasn't the typical, you know, well, the kiddies were killed by the axe murderer and every anniversary he appears. No,
Yeah.
this was this was a solid backstory. There was a romance in there. There was believable
Yeah.
sort of race. At the time, the whole black rights thing was kicking up in America as well, wasn't it? Rodney King and all the rest.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, even at that time, when actually Candyman came out from the book and the film, them topics weren't really touched on too much.
No.
Whereas now you go straight to like Doctor Who, and it's PC in your face. That was a very subtle PC kind of way of doing it.
Well, it was touching on the taboo, really, because, things got fairly well covered up, didn't they? Especially, I mean, over here, I think America was more aware. Over here, not really. I mean, if you thought racism, you thought the Met Police, didn't you?
So, what's his next one?
I must admit, just quickly, the scene in Candyman with the bonfire, that still sends shivers down my spine. Oh yeah. The next one, the ever classic Evil Dead.
Oh, Evil Dead's ace.
I do love Evil Dead.
Dead by dawn, dead by dawn, dead by dawn.
Now, this one, the Evil Dead, technically, I suppose if you wanted to push it, you could call it a comedy horror because there was a lot of humour in there.
Yeah. I think the last one, the Army of Darkness, that was a lot more comedy.
A lot more. The first Evil Dead was pretty much a straight horror. And it also included the infamous scene with the trees.
Yeah, because that's the one that got banned because it was classed as a video nasty, wasn't it?
Oh, you're not kidding. I mean, and at the time, the special effects were pretty bloody groundbreaking as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's face it. I mean, it was still a B movie.
Oh, God,
It wasn't a top Hollywood film. It was a B movie. And it still got banned.
But it became a cult classic. I mean, I remember one of the lads at uni when I was a student. He used to be able to get his hands on all sorts of stuff like Toxic Avenger, the Uncut Evil Dead, the Tromaville films and all the rest. And it became quite a big thing. If you had a copy of the original Uncut Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And when you actually saw it, you're thinking, oh, whoopee-doo. What's all the fuss about?
Oh, absolutely. I can't imagine how many times I've seen it. All three of them.
But in the first one, just that simple technique of running the camera along the ground. Dear God, did that put the bejesus up you?
Yeah. Oh, it had all the... It wasn't a slasher film or anything like that. I mean, there were some gory bits in it because I've never been a fan of your box standard slasher film. Me, if it's going to be a horror, I like a horror that it makes you think.
Oh God, you're not kidding. And I'm not forgiving you for your choice on that genre of film. Screamers, Irish, great film. Unfortunately, when we were running through the list, I did think it was more sci-fi than horror.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have happily put the Wombles. That's scary. I think with the Evil Dead, the whole lot, though, the Evil Dead 2 was more of a remake of the original.
Yeah, it was.
With a lot of the dodgier bits toned down.
Yeah.
But Army of Darkness, I mean, that's one I can watch time and time again. I do enjoy it.
Well, I mean, it's got everything in that for me. So, like, you've not only got horror, you've got a bit of comedy in there. You've also got time travel and...
Oh, God,
You've got the whole lot. But
Rachel,
obviously that was a bit more of a budget film, you could tell.
Oh, big time. Big time. But, Rachel, take care of the 4 small humans. See you later, darling.
See you in a bit, sweetheart. Aliens is... Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Bill. Aliens is a horror, but it's a sci-fi horror. But it
Yeah.
still has all the horror elements. The original Aliens.
The original Aliens has got a lot of the same elements as Evil Dead does. That tension, the jump out your seat moments.
Yeah. And let's face it, you rarely actually see the alien.
Oh, two, right? Well, you didn't need to, did you?
You didn't know. I mean, the obviously the best bit was obviously where the alien comes out of his stomach. Cooking.
I mean, and the urban legend on that is that they didn't actually tell the crew what they were doing.
Yeah.
So that the crew knew that he was going to have some sort of seizure on the table, but nobody knew that his stomach was going to burst open, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. I mean, this is. I only liked Alien because I'm a Geiger fan.
I love Geiger. I think Geiger's artwork's fantastic.
You got to remember, we're talking now, bloody hell, 40 years ago. And back at the time, this was all groundbreaking stuff. You know, look at Tron. That was groundbreaking at the time.
For its age,
you look at it now, and any 19-year-old with a PC can knock it up. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you're talking about special effects.
Oh,
I mean,
too right.
The limitations that they had, and quite a few of our list that we've come in are actually more really low-end budget films.
Oh, big time. Big time. I mean, I think this is one. This is going to be yours. Because you know far more about this than I do. Hey, Jan.
Hi, Steve.
Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. You're going to have a puppet or something and just come onto the screen and go, hello. She doesn't like being on camera.
No.
We're
going to
have to sock puppet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Playing with your octopus.
Oh, you'll not get that off.
No.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I say.
Everyone's saying hello to you and they're all sending the love.
Hello.
Third on our list, Hellraiser.
Oh.
Take it away, young man.
Hellraiser. I love Hellraiser. It was originally from the book Hellbound Heart by my ultimate hero.
Mr. Barker.
There you go.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, my breath smells its marks. I'm going now. Bye.
You two have lost it. Oh my God. You two have lost it.
What was we talking about?
Hellraiser.
Oh, Hellraiser. I love Hellraiser. I love the original Hellraiser. Hellraiser, everyone thinks of Hellraiser and they all automatically straight away think of Pinhead. Well, to be honest with you, actually, if you watch Hellraiser, he's not even called Pinhead. He was just the lead Cenobite. It was just how Hollywood took off with the Pinhead thing. I love the actual myth behind the actual story as well. About the pleasures and all that lot and the pain and all that bit. That's what I enjoyed about it. And another B movie.
Yeah, but it was a bloody good one.
It blooming was. It was groundbreaking special effects.
Can we class 1984 as a horror? Because that scares me. We've been living it. No, I mean, Hellraiser for me had not only the effects, but it had one of those backstories. Thank you, Key. My face disappeared, apparently, the size of that mug. It had one of those stories that just drew you in.
Mm.
It told you just enough to keep you interested.
Oh God, yeah, and the mythology that came with it as well
Oh God, yeah.
was unbelievable. I mean, Clive Barker is such a clever writer. When he actually does his stories, you have got the main story, but there's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of information, and it wasn't. Hellraiser for me wasn't just a normal slasher movie. There was more to it. There's a lot of depth to it.
I mean, I loved the sort of cyclical feel of the movie because you started off. He got the box from the Chinese guy,
Yeah,
and the keeper made an appearance at the start of the film, and then at the end of the film, the keeper walks into the flames, picks up the box, and transforms. And the next thing you know, the Chinese guy's back.
what's your pleasure?
I thought it's absolutely brilliant. And the thing I loved about 2 and 3, which is rare because I don't normally enjoy a sequel as much as I do the original, you started learning more about Pinhead.
Yeah,
You started learning more about the Cenobites. You know, the fat Cenobite, the smoking woman. You know, the kid who was the one with his eyes sewn up.
but you've also got to remember it's so like normally a horror film. It's so like they're the bad guys.
Yeah, you ended up rooting for him.
And actually, they weren't the bad guys at all. It was the people. It was that was wanting the extra bits and pieces, should we say, that were the bad guys.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, Frank, his character is more despicable than anything the Cenobites did.
Yeah,
You know, sleeps with his brother's wife, tries it on with his niece.
yeah,
So we've got a little bit of the game the whole family can enjoy in there. You know, at least the Cenobites they were punishing.
yeah. Angels to some, demons to others.
Indeed.
But
So,
it was they weren't the bad guys though. They was almost like the judge and jury.
well, I'm going to go slightly off topic here. There is a fantastic Radio 4 comedy called Old Harry's Game. And it's basically Satan and sort of misadventures in hell. And it's like he said, demons can't come up with anything half as creative as the human race. And it's a theme that's run through Pratchett books. It's a theme that's run through various forms of literature. And Hellraiser just seemed to bring it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it was gory. I mean, I would consider that the first sort of real gore film that I ever watched was Hellraiser. Didn't stop there, but started with Hellraiser.
I love my Hellraiser. Big, mega big fan. Met Doug Bradley and everything.
Well, it's just one of those stories that just sucks you in, like I said.
I've got boxes, I've got Pinhead up there and all sorts.
Zan says he's never watched it.
Never watched it. It is an amazing... It has, when you watch it now, it has
It's
dated.
aged.
It has
Yeah.
aged. You can't get away from it. Especially the special effects that you can have now compared to back in, what was it, 87 when it came out. And they didn't have a big budget to make the film. There are certain wobbly scenes that I pick up on because I've seen it that many times. But the actual storyline, it's like watching classic Doctor Who, isn't it? You can forgive certain things because the story was so good.
Yeah. It was. It was. I
It
mean,
was so like the original Hellraiser, the first ever film. Was it in England? Was it in America? It was so like you couldn't work out where it was because it was actually filmed in the UK, a lot in around London, but it's got a very American feel to it. It is very, very. It puts you on and off keel all
That was
the way
the thing.
through.
that was the thing with Hellraiser 2. You couldn't put your feet. A lot of the imagery was English, and I think it had slightly more of an English feel than the original Hellraiser. But then you went into the asylum, and you were starting to think, "Hello, no, it's got to be American." Yeah, but absolutely.
I suppose it depends on what type of film. If you're into a horror film, you just want to sit back and be entertained. I don't think Hellraiser, especially Hellraiser 1 and 2, I don't think that quite does it. I think Hellraiser 3 is more that of a sit back and just be entertained. I think Hellraiser, for me, just made you actually stop and think about things and the actual subject matter.
Which is why it made the list.
What's next?
Well, we've got another Clive Barker next, which is Nightbreed. A lot of people may raise their eyebrow at this one, because Cabal was the original story it was based on.
Oh, we're going for Nightbreed.
Yeah. And it was deemed a bit of a flop, bit of a joke. But you've got David Lynch in there, who plays the bad guy. Yes, it's not got the best special effects in the world, but it's a thinking film. And again, it's not the so-called monsters that are the bad guy in it. Because you've got Zipface, who's allegedly an upstanding member of society.
Yeah. Now, it's more of a slasher film. It's once again, it's I love the ethos behind it, and you can see where it comes from. You've got us human beings. Anything different we don't like, and if we don't like it, we kill it.
Yep.
And that is sort of like the backstory of this. So you've got all the different tribes, the classed as tribes of the moon, and they've got all different abilities. So some can turn into smoke, some can, they have different, I wouldn't say superpowers, but they are different to how we are as standard humans. And basically, over the centuries, humankind has destroyed and got rid of them, and they ended up in a small place called Cabal. And that's sort of like where their refuge is. And that is the backstory to the film. But then you've also got the other side of it where the main character is actually part of the Cabal community but didn't realise it. And people that sort of like feel not quite connected to society are actually part of the cult of the Cabal. And I just love that bit. And then you've got the second story of the psychopathic doctor that wants to destroy absolutely everything.
Yeah, I loved the fact that Boone was basically turned into one of the children of the moon because the doctor was blaming him for his crimes.
Yeah. And
he's literally hypnotized Boone into thinking he was some sort of monster. So he turns up at Meridian, and it's like, you've got to accept me. I'm a killer. I'm one of you. And they're like, no, you're an innocent mate. I can smell it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it goes from this monster flick into quite a spiritual film with Baphomet.
Oh, yeah.
Which I still think is probably one of why Clive Barker didn't build on it. I will never understand.
It wasn't to give you the backstory to it. It was 20th Century Fox that made the film, and they wanted another Hellraiser because obviously it came off the back of actually Hellraiser, and they picked a subject matter that wasn't really suited. They absolutely 20th Century Fox absolutely destroyed the film to how it was originally. I've seen the original Clive Barker cut, and there's a lot of more to it than what you actually see on the standard version. There's a lot more to it. I highly recommend, if you do like the film Nightbreed, please go and read the book Cabal, because the book actually goes into it a hell of a lot more detail, and it's because I read the book before I watched the film, I can appreciate the film more.
There's so much more character depth.
Yeah, there was so much that, I mean, it's like Doug Bradley. He played the head, and they actually took out his voice. It wasn't his voice that was over it. So, yeah, there was lots of disgruntled between Clive Barker and 20th Century Fox.
But
I
again,
still love it as a film.
Way more of a thinking man's horror than just, thank you, Matt. It is. It is. I think it's a fantastic story in its own right. It's almost up there with Weave World, in my opinion. But I love Weave World. So,
and Cold Canyon.
Oh yes, but
I love Cold Heart Canyon.
Completely different genre, though.
Completely different, I know, but I just love that.
So moving on, and this has already been mentioned in chat. Damien, put the dog down, Damien. What horror rundown wouldn't be complete without The Omen?
The Omen's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, I mean...
I don't know whether... I think it's a period piece.
Definitely. It's of the time.
It's of the time. And even though you watch it now, it's got a very House of Horror-y kind of feel to it. But every character that was in there was so believable. I mean, that bit where she goes, Damien, I do this for you. It's like, what? It was so cleverly done, though. The story is absolutely fantastic.
Nanny.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bitch she was. Yeah, but the kid, they could not have got a better kid to play Damien.
No, he was so scary.
And the sad thing is, they've tried to remake it. They've tried to do the TV series. And as I say, it was of the time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Iris has just said it bored him. I think it tapped into a lot of the stuff that was around at the time. The idea of the Cold War, that the world was on the edge. When you look at the later ones, like The Omen 2, and then The Final Conflict. The Final Conflict, when you look at some of the scenes in that, especially the bit where the Boy Scouts, where they're culling babies because it might be Jesus.
Yeah.
That's still some pretty horrific stuff.
Also, you've got to remember, it's a timepiece. You've got to remember that when Omen came out, it's sort of like going against religion was
unheard of.
Very, especially in the UK. Especially in the UK, at that time point, it was sort of like you're going against religion here. That's sort of like a bit of a taboo subject.
Well, look at all the hoo-ha around Life of Brian.
Exactly.
And that was, what, a decade later, nearly?
Yeah. No, about the same period, aren't they?
Would they?
Yeah.
I thought Omen was way earlier. I thought Life of Brian was mid-80s.
No. I thought Life of Brian was 70s.
Lettuce. No, I don't think it was. Let's have a looky poo. Life of Brian. I'm Brian and so is my wife.
I'm sure Life of Brian was 70s.
It is 79.
Yeah.
I do apologise. Someone was The Omen.
Omen, 76.
So it's 3 years before.
Yeah.
So look at all the hoo-ha that surrounded Life of Brian.
I mean, I think the reason why it sticks in my brain because of I watched it at the time more than I haven't watched the film in absolute years. I'll have to dig it out because I've got it on DVD.
I mean, another one, and we'll move on from The Omen, was The Exorcist.
Oh God, yeah.
Now,
I mean,
I've
you've got to
found
remember-
that
I mean-
heavy going.
That is another heavy one. But you've got to remember, at the time when Exorcist was being shown in the cinema, there was people outside telling you not to go and watch it. There was St. John's ambulance in the theatres because people were passing out.
And yet it wasn't that. It wasn't a slasher flick.
No.
It wasn't gory. It was tapping into subconscious fears. You know, and there's one film on this list that we have missed that I think deserves a mention in this period: the Amityville Horror,
Oh God, yeah.
because that was of the same period. But again, very little gore, very little nastiness to it. But I mean, when you think about it, most of it was about somebody basically appearing to go insane and flies.
Yeah.
But by God, that film scared me as a kid.
And something about your mother sucks socks or something.
Oh, that was The Exorcist, yeah. Your mother cooks socks in hell. Which I thought was a bit harsh. I mean, I know she's a bad cook, but she's not that bad.
But you've got to remember, they are timepieces. And because they're the timepieces, society was a slightly... I think we're more accustomed to horror films nowadays. We're more used to gore and... But going back to when they actually came out, it was sort of like, whew, risque.
But yeah, I mean, Bill's just mentioned Psycho. And I think... Now, if you think that Psycho was actually based on a true story, you know, was it horror or was it more just playing on that? It was a great film,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. I'm trying to think of the guy, what the name of the guy was. It was Bundy, not Bundy. Hold on.
They certainly don't make films like that anymore.
No,
See-
they don't, and it's a shame.
Oh, Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, I remember that one.
See, now, for me, that is Ed Gein. That's it. When the local woman disappeared in Ed Gein's small sort of American town, he was always classed as... how do you
Yeah,
put
that's
it?
a good point, Timmy. It's hard to get a good horror movie now because we're so desensitized.
True.
I can't say me gob.
Well,
And we
I
are.
think... And without taking it to the gutter, I think the prime example you can find of that is the amount of sex on the internet.
Well, you don't even have to look on the internet. Your standard normal television or MTV.
Let's be right. You know, back in the 70s, if you saw some of the stuff that Channel 5's showing, you'd have been banged up.
Yeah.
You know, Naked Attraction would have got you a jail sentence.
Yeah. You've got to remember, a lot of these films that we are talking about are of the time.
Too right. I mean,
That
another
was
one.
a film that Big D's put in a film. I really enjoyed that. Hostel 1 and 2.
Never
I
saw
thought they
him.
was as creepy as out them.
Never saw him. I mean, oh, is that the one with the... Where they end up...
They go backpacking in Europe.
Yeah. I've seen the hype about it, but I've never seen the film.
By all accounts, the original Hostel is actually based on a true story.
Interesting.
How flamboyant they created the film and what really went off, but by all accounts, it was actually true.
See,
It's like there was another film based in America, in deep south area, where literally they used to get people on hunts. So basically, they would send out the person, and people would go out and hunt them.
That's not right.
And that's true as well.
Carrie was considered a troubling film in the 70s, Ben.
Yeah,
You're
very.
not kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just, well, Firestarter as well. I mean, Stephen King made a fortune off those two.
Oh, The Hitcher. That were a good film.
That was, I would still put that more as a thriller than a
horror, but yeah.
damn good film.
So what's next?
The Fog, a Carpenter classic.
Oh, Mr. Carpenter. You can't beat a Mr. Carpenter.
The grandfather of modern horror. The Fog, probably not the scariest film he's done. But it was one that, again, the monster wasn't the bad guy. Through 90% of the film, you think the monster is the bad guy. And then it turns out they got ripped off.
Yeah.
Now, there was just something... it just tapped into that fear. It was one of those where you wondered what was coming next. And as soon as you saw the fog come up, you knew somebody was going to die. You just weren't sure how. It was an absolute corker.
But I think it was also John Carpenter's way how he filmed things.
You're right. The music, the feel.
Oh, especially his music. I mean, he was I love John Carpenter's music.
I mean we also have The Thing on the list.
Voker!
I Evoker. And that was the same. It wasn't about the gore. It wasn't about the horror. Yes, there was gore and there was horror. There was a lot more in The Thing than there was in The Fog. But that simple, and you see it most effectively in Escape from LA and Escape from New York.
Oh, Escape from New York, I love.
Just those simple sort of 4-chord repeats.
Yeah, and it was very again. It was music of the time. It was the early 80s, very synthesized based music, but it just capsulated it. Because, I mean, you watch, especially Escape from New York, you could see it was that just coming out of the 80s, coming out of the 70s film era. You could see that change, that slight change with the music and the style of how he shot the film. And that's what I do love about John Carpenter's films. It's not only it's the way that he portrays the image as well. And it's with John Carpenter as well, he leaves things out. He has there's room to breathe. It's not full in your face all the time. Horror, slash. There's space to think and to understand what's going off.
I think what I love about the Fog and The Thing, there was a lot more gore to it. There wasn't as much to your imagination, but in The Fog, there was. But there was time you started caring about the characters. That seems to be a big thing in the Carpenter movies. You actually start to like the characters. I think with the Thing, the one scene that always sticks in my mind is where the doctor goes to give him CPR.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden his chest opens up and bites off his hands. That has stuck with me for years. And I still, in my school.
We've got Big D's just put something in. Best soundtrack for a horror film was Lost Boys. I kind of agree with you there. That was
100%.
corking.
Mind, I'm still not sure about that big muscly dude singing I Still Believe and playing the saxophone.
Yeah, that just didn't look quite good. Good song, but...
Hold on. Ghost in Mars. That's another corking John Carpenter, Ghost in Mars. Probably slightly weaker plot than the two we've mentioned, but still
Yeah.
a good one.
I've always liked John Carpenter. There's just something about his... So what's next on the list, sir?
Next up, we have Saw.
You didn't like that one, did you?
No.
I think Saw, again, is... Not the trilogy, not the rest of them. The original Saw. Go back to the basic thought pattern. What would you do to survive? How far would you go to survive? And I think that really, that simple question really stuck in my brain. So, there's a key in a body next to you, and you've got to take that key out of that body. Would you actually do it to save yourself? And it's sort of like, it's one of those human, sort of like, wow, yeah. I thought that was mind, sort of like, how far would you go? Would you chop your own leg off?
No.
You would. The thing is, though, if you was in a situation, you was in a I don't know, an earthquake, and you were stuck in a basement and your leg's trapped, and the only way that you're going to survive is to actually chop your own leg off, you would do.
I know one thing, I'm not getting locked up with Irish. I'd be dog meat.
And I thought, this is what I love about certain horror films. They touch on that human, so like, wow, would I actually stop and think, would I actually do that? Would I actually chop my leg off to save my life? Would I rip somebody else apart to stay alive?
Right. I'm going to qualify that. If it was to do with my kids, whoever was next to me would be mincemeat. Yeah? And I've already said this to you, so I'm not repeating anything new here. If it was me, nah. Yeah, but I think I didn't enjoy the film. I did enjoy the premise. Yeah. I've seen
sick puppy.
you are. I've seen bits and pieces of the sequels, and to be honest, the original was a much better story. I broke Saw down once and found all the flaws in the film down to the bullet count. Jesus Christ.
Really?
Look at the ending of Mad Max, same thing. 100% Tolmac. I loved the ending of Mad Max. The original Mad Max movie, what a film.
Oh, God, yeah.
I would argue with that, Irish. I don't think it is body horror. I think there's a lot of body horror elements in it. That's shock value. But I think the premise is, like Mark said, what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, the Saw franchise, God knows, what was this, 6 or 7 films after it? Yeah, they were just basically the horror factor and the shock factor of how many different blooming mazes and different ways of torturing human beings. But the original Saw premise, I thought was so clever.
Well,
And that it left me, all right, yeah, you've got the horror factor and that, but the actual final thing that left me thinking, and that's what I like about horror films that make you think. It's so like, after you've watched it, thinking about your own personal self, what you would do in that situation, if you was put into that situation, and how far as a human being you would go to survive.
I'll give you one thing for Saw. I've never seen such a bleak ending. Where he tells him the key, his means of escape had gone down the plug at the start of the film. Just a sheer despondency in the ending. It was bloody horrible.
I think you could call this. All right, yeah, you've got the horror aspect of the film, but there was another film based on a true story about that hiker that got stuck and he had to cut his own arm off to get himself free.
Oh, The Climber.
Yeah.
72, is it 72 hours or 148
Yeah.
hours, whatever it is. But
Which, when you stop and think about it, is very, very similar to where Saw was coming from. It's so like, could I actually do that?
yeah, I get it. It's just,
Sick.
it is. It's just
Okay.
wrong.
Next film then.
Well, we're rapidly moving down the list. We're down to the last of our 10, which is Pet Cemetery. 127 hours, that's it.
That's it.
Pet Cemetery. Again, not a great film,
Oh,
not an Oscar winner, but that one scene,
Fist bump, Kevin.
that one scene where the toddler slashes the guy's ankles with the straight razor. Oh my God.
Anything to do with ankles slashing, it really gets me. It's like Misery. I know Misery's
Dirty
not.
bird.
I know it's not a horror film, but Misery, where she gets them blocks, and then gets the sledgehammer and waxes his ankles. Honestly, that cringes me. Babester, fist bump.
I mean, the cat is bad enough in Pet Cemetery, but the kid, oh my God. No. Just in terms of creepiness, that kid is up there with the twins in The Shining. Just no. And the lucky.
Sorry, I was just reading on that. I liked Poltergeist. I know it's not a horror film as such, but I did like Poltergeist.
Yeah, I thought Big D's on about the remake.
I haven't seen the remake.
The remake is cack. It really is. Oh, don't. Jenny, you sick puppy.
Brain
No.
Dead. Yes, I
No.
forgot about that one. That was a corker film.
Now, Kevin's just put one up. Chucky.
See, I never got on with that.
I didn't right up until The Bride of Chucky. And then that was just watchable. It was just, there was the right level of sort of tongue-in-cheek humour
Yeah.
as well as slasher, and it just worked. But, I mean, we do have some more.
We have lots more. We were
we
struggling
do.
with this top 10 though, weren't we? We got to admit.
We did. I mean, yes, Jennifer Tilly. I say.
Because we was on about Event Horizon.
Yeah. Which
I
we,
think that is
again,
a right horror film.
God, the flash scenes in that, when you actually pause it and see what the imagery was, oh my God.
Oh yeah, they really went to town on that.
Knowing that it was just going to be cut into short, sharp jerky, oh my God. Silence of the Hannibal Lecter. I never found Hannibal Lecter that scary.
And I wouldn't class it as a horror.
Oh. Bit of a horror thriller. Split. Yeah, Split was good.
Split was good.
I wasn't so sure about Glass, but
I enjoyed
Jennifer-
enjoyed all three. We watched them all continuous, and when you watch them as a group, yeah, it really is good. But I won't class them as a horror.
no, I mean, it's more of a thriller, but Jennifer Tilly was hot. Oh. She got some baby bumpers, that girl.
Another film that we was on about was From Beyond.
Yes, the H.P. Lovecraft.
I loved that film. That was clever. Again, another budget film.
And not particularly scary, but I just loved the way it brought Lovecraft in.
Yeah.
But now he starred in the Reanimator series as well, didn't he?
That's right, yeah.
The lead guy in that. Reanimator was one of my staples. I loved that.
But it was that again. That was a horror tongue-in-cheek film.
Oh, it was up there with Army of Darkness, definitely. I just loved the idea that this insane dude was going around reanimating people. And yet there was a love story in the back of it.
Yeah,
It was just brilliant.
yeah.
It was proper Mad Doctor. Yeah, the likes of which we hadn't seen since Frankenstein and
Yeah,
the
but
Hammer House
it
of
was
Horror.
it was that Frankenstein-ish kind of thing. Want it going off because we were adding parts and
Oh, God, yeah. Get Out was a fresh change to thrillers too. Horror movies. The Visit was creepy where Grandma runs around chasing the kids under the house. Twisted. Ooh. Idle Hands. I've not seen that one. I might
Idle
have to have a
Hands.
shove
Yeah,
to
that's
that.
another good one. Yeah.
Offspring playing at the prom. If it's got the Offspring in it,
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yeah, Idle Hands. I ain't watched that in years. Oh, blooming heck.
What else did we have? Army of Darkness, Reanimators, Scanners,
Scanners.
the infamous exploding head.
They were ace, they were.
I mean, Scanners. Again, back in the day, we'd not seen anything like that. An exploding head. No, I haven't seen it.
Another one that I used to enjoy was Phantasm
Yes,
with the ball.
yes. Oh, they were brilliant. But again, I don't think I'd really class them as horror.
There was that semi-horror, weren't they? It was a weird genre because it was sort of like sci-fi, horror-y, thriller-y.
Now, somebody's just mentioned one. Graveyard Shift.
Oh, excellent film.
Yeah, a classic. SoulOhm, do you vibe? I say.
We've only just met. Ghost Ship. I loved that. I thought that was a really, really good film.
Isn't it strange, though? Like
It's,
Tiberius.
wanted the same girl that did Sucker Punch. She were a lot younger then when Ghost Ship came out. That bit where, and they're all dancing on the deck and that piece of wire cuts all the way through them. And they're all sat there. It's like, I think something's happened. And the next minute they're all flopping on the floor. It's like, oh, boy.
Stigmata. I love
Yeah, that was another
Stigmata.
good film. What was that one with... there were three of them. 3 films. My brain won't work. I need my DVD collection inside of me. The one where he turns around and says he was Gabriel.
Oh, Prophecy.
Prophecy.
Now, I wouldn't class those as... It's biblical, but I wouldn't class
Yeah.
it as a horror. But that one bit where he just goes, do you know how you got that?
Yeah, I love that bit. That's when I went... Well, certain things just...
Now, they made 5 of those, but the first 3 are the only ones really worth
Yeah.
watching. And the third one was a bit
That's
of a
it,
push.
Chris Walker.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the guy who plays Satan in that, I'm sure, is the same guy that played, what's his face in Lord of the Rings? Yeah, the geezer that ends up being the king.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's him that plays Satan in the
Yeah,
prophecy.
it could be.
Because what a performance. Comes across as very charming, very erudite. You know, I love Jigsaw. The movies are crazy. They're sick.
Dogma.
Well, I do love that. It's no wonder your signal. Some guy turns up in your bedroom and you douse him in flame retardant chemicals.
You want to play a game?
We're into the last 20 minutes, so come on. There's got to be something that we've missed off the list.
Yeah, what have we missed?
Do you vibe?
Oh, thank you, Kevin.
We love you too, mate.
The Howling. Yeah. Oh, American Werewolf in London.
That was a cracker.
For
And
its
the
time.
Conjuring.
Yeah, The Conjuring. I like The Conjuring.
I think if we're going to open up, we're going to stay on films, or we're going to open it up to telly, because I think
Yeah,
American Horror.
Yeah, we do miss horror. American horrors. Yeah, but is it a horror though? Yeah, we've already said Event Horizon.
That one freaks me out.
It's an awesome film, that.
Children of the Corn. God, I haven't watched that in years.
Oh, blooming heck.
Now that was a spooky concept.
Oh, Wicker Man.
Just for the bit with Britt Eklund slapping her palms against the wall. I say.
Hey.
American Werewolf in London. I mean, that again, for its time, was a groundbreaking film.
I mean, what was that? 80...
81, 82?
Yeah, somewhere.
Might have been earlier.
Does The Abyss count? I enjoyed The Abyss, but I won't class it as a horror.
Yeah. It's
Salem's Lot. I never got on with Salem's Lot.
I love 1981. I love Salem's Lot. David Soul was actually pretty damn good.
The vampire looked too...
Yeah, but it was Nosferatu, basically, wasn't it?
I just didn't... What was that other one? There was The Lost Boys, and then there was the other one. There was two vampire films that came out at the same time.
Yeah, John Carpenter.
Near
Vampires.
Dark.
That was cat.
I enjoyed it. I think it was a
cat.
It won. It was a teen horror. It was a teen horror film, but it had elements. The ending went crap.
Christine. That's a classic.
Yeah, classic.
I love Christine. I know you're not a big fan, but
What was the one with the cars? Because you had Christine was the car, wasn't it? Which was the truck?
that was Maximum Overdrive.
I was never a fan of Friday the 13th. I've got to admit, Freddy Krueger, the paedophile.
Well, that was Nightmare on Elm Street, weren't it?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, Friday the 13th's Jason, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was incestuous.
28 days later.
Yeah, I'd go for horror on that.
Yeah, 28 days later was really good.
The stuff had me laughing my tits off. I loved that one. Interview with a Vampire.
Now, I liked the other film, Queen of the Damned.
I thought that was the better film.
Yeah, I thought Queen of the Damned was a lot better.
The Blob. Again, for its time, the 60s. Harry Potter scares the crap out of me, Kev.
Yeah, definitely.
Highway to Hell. I don't think I've ever seen Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell, no. Don't ring a bell.
Now, what are the other ones? Now, there was a follow-up or a prequel to The Exorcist that was actually I thought it was better than the original. Because it explained where the demon came from. And that was corker. A Quiet Place was a good fresh horror. Surprised Jim from USA Office was a director. The Birds. Yeah, The Birds did freak me out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Omen 2 freaked me out where the ravens pecked her eyes out.
That was not a bad film, that one. Drag Me to Hell. I enjoyed that one.
I'd put that into the comedy horror.
The one with the button.
Yeah. And right at the end, they have the seance, don't they?
I can't remember what it's called. I've got it downstairs. It's the one where the kids are in the... they live in the actual house walls.
The people under the stairs?
No. They actually lived in the house walls. There were ghosts in the house walls.
Oh, the others.
That were good.
The one with Nicole Kidman as the mother.
No. But the others, that was a good one. No, they were doing back in the Victorian times. They were doing seances, but they weren't completing it properly, and they kept on. Every ghost that they brought to the seance got locked into the actual house, and they lived in the walls.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Demon Cop. Oh, I'll have to have a shufty at that. Amityville Horror. Yeah.
13 Ghosts. That is absolutely excellent. That I love 13 Ghosts. If you ever get the DVD version, there's the extras. And on the extras, it tells you the story of the 13 ghosts and who they were and why they became what they were. And that was absolutely brilliant.
Now, the version you're talking about is a remake.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. Priest, good film.
Yeah.
I don't know, but would you class it as a horror?
Semi.
Ooh, a semi. Always a fan of a semi.
It's a semi.
Yeah,
Do I
now
play Fortnite? No.
Scanners, we did.
Scanners.
I loved Scanners.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The original.
Now the Devil's Rejects.
Oh God, yeah, I love my Devil's Rejects. Well, got the House of a Thousand Corpse, Devil's Rejects, and the new one. What they're called?
Oh,
Jenny,
Prince of Darkness. That's a good film and all.
Oh, what's the last one? I've just watched it. House on Haunted Hill, the original version, yes.
I don't know. The remake was pretty good with Liam Neeson.
I think the original was better.
Oh, Michael, I Love You, Sin Eater.
Oh yeah.
Now that is a good flick. I knew the chick who played the hooker in the opening of House of 100 Corpses. Hello. Ooh, Hephaestus. Ding dong.
I know, Jenny, you met her.
Oh, The Hand. That was a good one. That was a very underrated 70s horror flick. Michael Caine. Oh, Sin Eater was amazing. I loved Sin Eater. Doom Eternal is an offer on stream. It is, but it's no original Doom. It's just lost all the playfulness of the original. They've almost tried to go a bit too serious on it. Silent Hill.
Yes, I like.
We
both
forgot
of
them.
I actually enjoyed both of them. The first one was the better film.
The second one was
used to
pretty
play
good.
Silent Hill on the PlayStation, and I always thought that was even playing it on the PlayStation was a creepy game to play.
Blimey, Vic, where did you dredge that one from? The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. It was what, late 60s, early 70s?
That's it. 3 from Hell. Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, Rob Zombie, gotta love him as a director.
Yeah, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell. Absolutely love them films.
See, Silent Hill, I found the imagery more disturbing than the actual storyline, but wow. Really enjoyed that.
It was, what's the one with Keanu Reeves?
What, Matrix?
No, the one where he exhales demons.
Oh, Constantine.
Yeah, it had that kind of a feel to it as well. Because when he goes into hell, it's got that imagery as well. Same with Silent Hill.
Yeah, that sort of burn. Yeah. Now, speaking of Keanu Reeves, Devil's Advocate.
Is that a horror film, though? Blooming damn good film.
Brilliant film. I wouldn't class it as a horror personally, no, but it's one worth watching. See, my vaping right? We were on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, that's true. Sean Bean survived Silent Hill, which is rare for him.
Have any of you played Half-Life Alex? Damn, when you have VR headset on and they slap you, scary stuff. I love Half-Life.
If you're into horror games, an old one that I've got is Clive Barker's Undying. That's on PC.
Good game.
It's a really good, creepy game. It really is.
I mean, if you're talking PlayStation, the ultimate's got to be Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
I love that.
See, I like Resident Evil. I like the films. I mean, it's got Millie in it, for starters.
Easy, boy.
What
Easy.
about the werewolves and vampires?
Underworld. Wouldn't class that as horror.
But they are, though. They are a horror, but they're just not a...
I wouldn't class it as a horror. It's more of a sort of drama.
Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp. That were ace, that. The Body Snatchers, yeah. But which version? There's been that many versions.
It's got to be the classic with Sutherland.
That's one of my favourites.
Right at the end of the film where he just goes, ooh! The Relic. Yeah. Great film. Alex, what's his face? Alice Cooper playing the hobo in that. It's just so scary.
The Wolfman, wasn't that the one with Jack Nicholson?
No, that was Wolf.
Yeah, I'm going to say I didn't like that.
Wolfman had, well, depends, because they tried to reboot the Dark Universe, didn't they? Universal. Is it Del Toro played the Wolfman? And then you got Anthony Hopkins as his dad. That was
another sicky film. Can you remember Society?
Yes, you sick perv. That had everything from incest to cannibalism and all sorts. Jesus Christ!
And I think we're coming up to the hour. I think one film that we've not mentioned, and I think we really ought to mention it, Human Centipede.
Don't. Just no.
I've only ever seen 1 and 2, but there's a third one in there.
Yeah.
He's so like, no, they're just too bad.
1 was bad enough, yeah. 2 was downright creepy with the horrible little man in the car park. 3 set in a prison.
I've not seen 3.
Oh my! Slither! What a film!
Slither was good.
Now, Slither was the one where the parasite turned them into raving sex maniacs, didn't it?
I Spit on Your Grave was a good one. And he's gone. Oh dear.
Oh, oof. We're back.
You're back.
Did I freeze or did you?
You.
I told you my internet was playing up.
We've done well. That was a bit scary.
Tell me about it. You just suddenly froze.
It's because we mentioned Centipede.
Oh, I say.
We're all doomed.
Jay, how you doing, mate?
Fist bump, Jay. Hey, oh yeah, mate.
It wasn't your fault, mate. Trust me. Oh, God, it's back to the Centipede movies. Me and Tim had a discussion and it just, no. They were wrong.
Yeah, they were just so wrong in every level. I mean, you had to watch it, though, didn't you?
It was just wrong.
It was just like...
Who the hell thought it would be a good idea to make a film from a guy with an anal fixation?
I mean, when you're talking about ass to mouth, I was never thinking about that.
Hey, Sunday afternoon, son, calm it. Tiberius says Venom. I still check my trousers every time I put them on to this day because of that film.
Ooh. Irish, I advise you not to watch it. Do not watch it.
It's one of the sickest films I have ever seen.
Mm.
It really is.
Don't worry, just swallow.
Oh, so no. Now, The Ring. The original Ring didn't do much for me. The second one.
I enjoyed The Ring.
Well, the second one I enjoyed way more because you got the backstory of who the girl was. You're not wrong, Irish. Pumpkinhead. Another one.
I tell you a film that's so like weirdly kind of creeped me out was Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, well, now you're moving into Critters territory, which I'm well comfortable with. Tetley. Naughty. I must admit, with The Ring, the Japanese originals were way better.
Oh yeah, well, it was like is it The Grudge?
Yeah.
But I did like The Ring. Even the remakes, the American remakes, I enjoyed them.
Yeah. I got tricked into watching the original Japanese Ring and they have issues. It was a damn sight scarier film.
Mm-hmm.
Really was. I don't know whether it was the girl playing the ghost or what, but she was just no. I'm going to have to watch that again now tonight and turn all the lights off.
Ooh. Yeah,
Critters is my job.
I like a lot of sci-fi horrors as well.
We're here for the Krites. Those two bounty hunters were brilliant in Critters. See, now, Emma could never watch Gremlins. I class Gremlins as a slightly sort of more teenage Disney film. I never think of that as a horror. If you have to read the subtitles, I miss the whole movie.
Yeah, some people can't cope with subtitles. It's like the Old Boy. I love Old Boy. I know it's not a horror film, but Old Boy, the original version of that is absolutely brilliant. But unfortunately, it's got subtitles.
And yet, I can watch subtitles without breaking us. I think it's because I watched a lot of anime. So you get used to the subtitles. Spike is brilliant. I love Spike. The Gremlins, to be honest, Gremlins 2, the female gremlin, not even Irish should go there. That's just wrong.
Wrong
On such a despondent level. Right, well, we have hit the magical hour.
We have.
It's 4:00. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed our list.
Well, I'm going to put this one out to everybody in chat. Next week, topic. We'll probably stay on films like we normally do. What topic would you like us to chat about next week?
That's a dangerous question.
Yeah. Let's see what they want to talk about as well.
Spike Milligan, Pakistan. No, I don't think the PC Brigade will let us do that one, Tolmac.
No.
It was bloody funny, though.
Because we was thinking about sci-fi, weren't we?
Not birds and bees.
70s blue movies and publications. Okay.
No.
Because we don't know any.
Yeah, Paul's shaving his head to raise money for Mind. So if you go over to Just Giving,
yes,
and search for Paul Anderson 57.
Oh, Grumpy's come up with a good one. 70s and 80s comedy TV series. That'd be interesting.
That'd be good.
Might be very Englishy with the TVs. That's the only downside.
Could be. Well, you're looking at sort of Bless This House, Mind Your Language, Shelley.
Oh, Shelley. Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, Robin's Nest.
Yeah, Robin's Nest, that's it.
No, the Cuckoo Waltz was the
Cuckoo
other one.
Waltz was the theme tune, wasn't it?
Yeah. Iris says, for God's sakes, I wasn't born till 91.
Oh, bless.
Godzilla movies. Godzilla movies, the real ones, not the ones the Yanks make. Good lad.
Do you know something? I'm going to be probably beaten to death now. I've never liked Godzilla.
Burn the heathen.
Never did up for me.
Oh,
Werewolves never did up for me either. I was a big vampire fan, but werewolves now.
Irish is just
What
top
you talking
10.
about, Willis?
top 10 non-Marvel or DC comic movies.
Ooh, that could be hard.
That would be very hard,
Yeah.
but not impossible.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm not on my own. I was never a Godzilla fan. Sorry.
No, that is a good one.
Top 10 non-Marvel DC comic movies. That's going to be a tough one for me.
I can think of 5 straight off. Favorite porn? No, we're not doing porn actors from the 70s and 80s.
I don't know any porns of 70s and 80s.
Bet you do.
I probably do. I
Ginger
don't
Lynn?
have a long list, honestly.
Ginger Lynn, Seeker.
You know more than I do.
Who else? Thank you, Tetley. Ron Jeremy.
Look, I only know Linda Lusardi and Samantha Fox and people like that. That's all I know. I was innocent. Plus, I never knew the names of the girls on the case catalogue.
Oh, Tiberius, you can't knock the losers out. I love that flick. So are all the... Ben, you're showing your age, dude.
Yeah, I've seen Emmanuel. Yeah.
We don't remember names, just faces. Nudge, nudge.
Being honest. What's in a name?
Yes, I've seen the One-Eyed Monster. It was funny. They're making a porn movie up in the cabin, and it goes wrong from there. Bill says they had faces. Trust me, mate, those weren't her eyes. Well, there is another comedy horror. Is it The Handjob Ghost or something like that? And it's literally set like Evil Dead in the cabin, but it's haunted by this ghost that forces people to have hand jobs. And
All right.
it's probably one of the funniest trailers I've ever seen. I don't think they ever made a film. It was just a Mickey take, but it was so funny. No. I think we need to shut this one down, and we need to shut it down now.
Right. We're going to wrap this one up then.
Grumpy.
Oh, Flesh Gordon. I remember that one.
Did you ever see the sequel, The Cosmic Cheerleaders?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, that was just wrong.
I'm innocent. I used to watch Barbarella.
That ain't so innocent, son.
It is. Very innocent.
No, it's not. She got her kit off in the first 5 minutes.
Can't remember that. Right, go and say your goodbyes.
Chat, thank you so much for joining us. And you're all bad, bad men. Bad men. I notice the ladies aren't suggesting this sort of thing.
No, we can see.
No. So, join us next week. If you've got anything you'd like us to discuss, head over to Facebook, Tales from the Home group, drop it in there. She wore a costume. No. No, I'm just backstage. Sorry, dude. It's past 4:00 and I've got ironing. Cheers, mate.
Bless you.
So, as I say, if you've got anything you think we should discuss, drop it in the group.
Yeah, we have got a Facebook page.
We
Use
do.
it.
Tales from the Home, the group.
Use it.
Thank you, Jenny.
Right, I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to give Steve a big thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed chatting about our horror films. That was awesome, that. Guys in chat, thank you so much. Spanners, thank you for looking after chat. And we will see you on Thursday. Don't forget to check out the Ohm service live at 7 p.m. with me, Steve and Chris, where we'll be chewing the fat like we normally do. And we've got the second part of the card quiz.
No.
Yes.
Not again.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Second part.
It's only just stopped stinging after last week. Jesus.
If you can't join us on Thursday, come and join us again on Sunday, 2 p.m, where we'll be talking about whatever you want us to talk about, except for 80s and 70s porn stars, because I haven't got a clue. I'm innocent. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are you going to wave?
See you later, kiddies.
Bye.
Bye.